Hi, and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dean O'Lawley. Today we're coming to you from one of my favorite destinations in the entire state, the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford.
A great place to cool off on a hot summer day and explore Oklahoma's strong ties to the aerospace industry. The museum has worked closely with the U.S. Air Force, NASA, and the Smithsonian Institution to assemble one of the finest collections of aerospace artifacts in the central United States. We'll show you around throughout the show.
But first, we're going to talk about one of the most unique places you can stay ever on an Oklahoma road trip.
Natural Falls State Park is not only home to a beautiful waterfall, you can also camp out in a yurt. Darren Brown takes us there to check it all out.
In this line of work, it's a necessity to see things up close.
You know, the cool thing about the waterfall here at Natural Falls State Park is that you can hear it before you see it.
And what a sight it is. This 77-foot waterfall and its surroundings is one of the most spectacular spots I've ever seen in Oklahoma. The top of the falls offers a fantastic view, so it had to be even better at the bottom.
A few more steps and we're here. You're gonna love this. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and there it is.
It's almost like being in another part of the country, or even the world.
Had no idea it was such a beautiful waterfall. No clue. It's like being in Costa Rica or something. It's just beautiful.
We're less than a quarter mile off the interstate, and you go down and see this giant spring-fed waterfall. And nowhere around is there anything like it.
It's true that the waterfall is a star here, but Natural Falls State Park offers more, like hiking trails, volleyball, disc golf, new playgrounds, and RV camping. And when it comes to RV camping, no one does it quite like Sisters on the Fly.
This is, I think, our 4th or 5th year because it's beautiful here. This is one of my favorite events because it's beautiful here. It's a nice, intimate setting. They always treat us well.
This event, the Trailer Trash Tizzy, was basically a garage sale without the garage.
Okay, so this is the LuLaRoe, and this is a 3/4 sleeve shirt. Everybody loves these.
Big seller, right?
Big seller. And these are kimonos. I've sold a ton of these today.
And I do love a good garage sale.
Oh my gosh, I've got the perfect one for you.
You got one for me?
Perfect one for you. What do you think?
Oh. Aside from RV camping, there's also tent camping available. And for those who want to rough it in style, there are yurts. This one sleeps 4 with a queen bed, a futon, a table, a fridge, and coffee maker. Of course, you have to have your microwave. And here's a yurt that sleeps 8 with a queen bed / bunk bed on both sides. These yurts also have skylights, and did I mention they're air conditioned? There may not be a television, but at this state park, Mother Earth puts on her own show, and it's one you could watch for hours.
To me, the whole ecosystem and the purpose of why we're here is for our future generations to come out and experience a camping experience, a reconnecting of a family that we find every day.
At Natural Falls State Park, discovering Oklahoma, I'm Darren Brown.
You can plan your trip to Natural Falls State Park on the website travelok.com. Just click where it says State Parks, or make it easy to find on your phone by downloading the app. Just search Travelok in the App Store. It's free to download.
Another thing you'll find on the app, incredible ideas on places to visit.
Like the Oklahoma City Museum of Art, who's currently hosting an incredible exhibit. Quinn Tran has the details for us.
From one artwork to the next, visitors are drawn to the bold colors and the beauty of each masterpiece. The Oklahoma City Museum of Art is showcasing an exhibition titled Van Gogh, Monet, Degas.
Visitors will get to see a lot of works by Degas. There are 10 works by him. Some of his horse subjects, his sculptures, which he was not known for in his lifetime. He was mostly known as a painter, and he only ever exhibited one sculpture, which was the Little Dancer. One of the other highlights of this exhibition is that it includes many of the biggest names in 19th century and 20th century French art.
Big names like Picasso, Renoir, and Rousseau. This exhibition is a celebration of French art collected by Paul and Rachel Mellon, They began collecting in the late 1940s. Decades later, the couple donated the works of art.
And ultimately, they gave the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts a total of 1,800 works, and a small portion of which is the French collection. And they thought it was important to give back and for the public to be able to see such important works by very significant artists. The Mellons were very fond of Impressionism. They really liked that style, the spontaneity, the act of direct observation. You know, many of the Impressionists were painting outdoors. Also, of course, the subjects. The Impressionists were known for not only painting landscapes, but scenes from modern life.
The pieces are arranged here by themes that include horticulture and horses.
Mr. Mellon was an avid sportsman. He bred and raced successful racehorses. We also have a section on flowers and interiors and tables. Mrs. Mellon, she really loved gardening. She was known for designing gardens, particularly the White House Rose Garden in the 60s. The Mellons really, they didn't collect just because a work was considered important, and they definitely didn't collect works because they thought they were a good investment. Paul Mellon in particular even acknowledged his lack of curiosity about artists' lives, their backgrounds, and their places in history.
More than 70 works of art are part of this latest exhibit here at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art. It's an amazing collection, and for many of us in Oklahoma, it may be our only opportunity to see it up close.
I think it says that we're really dedicated to bringing really excellent exhibitions. You know, I grew up in Oklahoma, and I didn't necessarily get to see, these artists when I was growing up, but, this museum has such a dedication to bringing these fantastic exhibitions with these really significant artists.
On opening day alone, more than 900 people explored the art exhibition. Visitors know how rare this is, to have so many masterpieces in one place. From here, this French collection will travel to Italy. At the Oklahoma City Museum of Art, Quinn Tran, Discover Oklahoma. The exhibit is only temporary, on display at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art through September 22nd. You will want to buy a ticket in advance, and you can find out more about that at the museum's website, OKCMOA.com. Tickets do include admission to the special exhibit and the rest of the museum.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
You drive 40 minutes to pick a peach.
Absolutely. I don't buy peaches in a grocery store because I'm spoiled. And I've been coming here for probably 27 years.
We'll take you to the perfect place to find the perfect Oklahoma grown peach.
We get people from both coasts. In fact, we sent the big 2,500-pound lions to a castle in Maine.
Plus, the northeastern Oklahoma spot that gets visitors from around the world.
We'll take our biscuits on the road. They're the best in town, the best that we've come across anyway.
And the best biscuits around, and that's not all they're serving up. It's all coming up a little bit later, right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Explore new horizons in your free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide. Get the excitement rolling. Reawaken your sense of adventure. Discover totally unexpected thrills. Order your free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide today at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford, home to one of the largest collections of aerospace artifacts in the central United States. Summertime is the perfect time to come and visit this Oklahoma hotspot.
It's also the perfect time for a little peach picking. How's that? Jennifer Reynolds is going to take us to one of her favorite places to do just that. It's called the Windrift Orchard. It's in Harrah.
You can't buy these in the store.
I'll just finish that.
You get spoiled when you eat them out here. They're so good.
Michelle Hageman and her niece Jill Horning, who's home visiting from where she now lives in Colorado, drove to Harrah from near Moore with their kids to come and pick these juicy summer gems. It's an annual summer tradition for the Hageman family, which this year includes a fourth-generation peach picker and a picky peach picker at that. You drive 40 minutes to pick a peach.
Absolutely. I don't buy peaches in a grocery store because I'm spoiled. And I've been coming here for probably 27 years. I used to live in Tulsa and would drive down from Tulsa for these peaches. Yeah.
Now that's devotion. In fact, the Hageman's fervor for the fresh peach borders on the fanatical.
It almost melts in your mouth. I mean, you bite into it and just the juice comes down. I don't ever wear white. because it's always going down. But it's just, it's like heaven. It's just so soft and juicy, and the flavor. It's like I said, you can't get them in a grocery store.
Good. She also loves that it's local.
This is one thing that's not sent in from China or, you know, another foreign country, and it's Oklahoma-grown peaches, and they're just fantastic.
It's fun to gather with family, and I don't know, it's just to see all these kids working together, and as they've grown up picking peaches, and the peaches are just to die for. They're so delicious.
Do you like doing this, or is this just something that they drag you to that you really would rather not?
No, it's actually really fun because we wake up really early, so it's not so hot, and then we have fun together picking them.
Taste and tradition seem to be the main motivations for people taking the time to pick their own fruit.
Oh, I just love the orchards and the peaches, and they're so beautiful to pick them off of the tree because I'm a farm girl.
You have so much more flavor when you pick them off the tree yourself and then get them in the store, because they have to pick them green to ship them, and here you can pick them ready to eat. They're delicious, a lot more flavor.
Is it hard to not be one to eat them as you're picking them?
Well, you got to check them, see if they're good enough to eat or not. They're good enough to pick.
These folks from Sooner Baptist Church in Midwest City are planning to share the harvest, call it Fruits of the Spirit.
We pick peaches every year and give them to our shut-ins in our church.
So those are people that, how do they react when you bring them?
Oh, they love, it's like gold to them.
And with nearly 50 varieties that ripen in stages from mid-June as late as Labor Day in good years, the gold rush at Windrift lasts all summer long. And if you want fresh peaches without the picking, that works too.
They drive in and don't want to go, then we'll go pick immediately. It takes about 20 minutes for a box, and they can use the patio here to rest and wait, and we'll have the peaches ready for them. So we feel like we're a full-service operation here.
Windrift Orchards is located at 18499 Northeast 50th in Harrah. Check their website, Facebook page, or give them a call for specifics on their hours and when peach season ends.
Those pretty peach orchards make you want to get out and do a little work in your own yard, don't they?
It's true, but if it's yard art you're wanting, we've got the place for you. Jason Grubbs is going to take us to Skiatook Statuary.
There's an old saying that a home isn't a home without a gnome. Well, you can find those little garden guys and many, many, many other designs of ornamental concrete at Skiatook Statuary just west of downtown.
You're in where the adventure begins.
Chester Reichert opened up shop more than 50 years ago in 1967, and he's grown his operation into 5 acres of production and products.
We've just slowly expanded as the need arose.
There are literally thousands of items to look through, and if a design isn't here, which is hard to believe, then Chester's crew can make it.
We have commissioned sculptors, and my wife has done some sculpting. There are generic pieces that you can make the molds of, and there are pieces which are copyrighted, and we have a number of copyrighted pieces.
From bird baths and benches to dozens of decorative planters, you'll find rows and rows of angels and saints, soldiers standing guard, and eagles about to take flight.
The statuaries here come in all shapes and sizes. This old girl is the biggest, weighing in at 8,000 pounds.
There's also a 7,000-pound rhino, a 5,000-pound bulldog that's 5 feet tall, a 3,500-pound turtle, and a 2-ton gorilla.
Well, when we do those, we order a cement truck out. Yeah.
Choose between several sizes of Sasquatch as well.
We have small ones, and we have ones that go up to 6.5 foot, 3,000 pounds.
Chester says people from all over the world stop in to take a look around his place. He takes orders from sea to shining sea for his products made right here in Skiatook.
We get people from both coasts. In fact, we sent the big 2,500-pound lions to a castle in Maine.
Works of art made by Oklahoma craftsmen using high-quality concrete, with a process which all starts in Chester's multiple shops.
This one is almost thick enough.
There's a room for making the molds, which takes about a month to paint all the layers of rubber.
So we're up to 5, 10, 15,
19, yeah. It's getting close on that one.
Other rooms are used for pouring concrete and letting the creations dry. There's even an artist here who can paint your product just the way you want it. At Skiatook Statuary, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Skiatook Statuary is at 2200 West Rogers Boulevard in Skiatook. They're open 9 to 5 every day of the week except Sunday.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
Breading is awesome, but then the egg that they put on it, and I mean, just the biscuits, kind of what they're known for.
The biscuit's so good, folks make the drive for them.
We don't know exactly how they do it, all the secrets behind it, but they produce a pizza that I've never had anywhere else.
And the secret ingredients behind Purcell's famous pizza when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Gather around and go for a ride through Oklahoma's all-new travel guide. See art, culture, big city venues, blazing neon, flavorful menus. Find a cabin where you can unwind. Grab your travel guide and see what you find.
Welcome back to the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford. A little bit of trivia for you, Dino. Did you know that the Oklahoma State meal includes the biscuit?
I did not know that, but guess what? When we heard about a restaurant with the emphasis on biscuits, well, shut the front door, we had to go check it out.
Had to go.
From sunup to sunset, something's always brewing at Foolish Things Bar and Biscuit.
Espresso bar in the morning, cocktail bar in the evening, and then floral bar all day.
The food here is brunchy, and many of the items are biscuit-based. It took months to perfect the recipe. Now these light, flaky buttermilk beauties are baked here daily.
We'll take our biscuits on the road. They're the best in town, the best that we've come across anyway.
The menu offers many fresh takes on the biscuit, like flatbread made with biscuit dough, or a unique donut biscuit hybrid called the Bownut. There's also a handful of creative biscuit sandwiches, like the fried chicken biscuit.
The chicken in itself, just the breading is awesome, but then the egg that they put on it, and I mean, just the biscuits, kind of what they're known for. So everything put together, it's really good.
Yeah, I've actually tried a little bit of everything. I've been here for a luncheon, I've been here to work, which I'm going to do now, and I've been here for a happy hour. So it's just a really nice, rounded experience.
Foolish Things Bar and Biscuit uses simple, thoughtful, quality ingredients. Much of it is sourced locally.
We use Loma Dairy for all of our milk and the cheese for our cheese curds. We use Grassroots Ranch, which is a local farm where we get all of our sausage, chorizo, eggs, ham.
There's a lot of care and handcrafting in everything served here.
We make a rosewater lemonade that's fantastic. In the evenings, we have a handful of cocktails that are delicious, and we use fresh squeezed juices. We make all of our syrups. We take a lot of pride in making things in-house from scratch.
It's said that Foolish Things Bar and Biscuit is home to Tulsa's longest bar. It's about 60 feet long, and at the end of it, you'll find Oklahoma's only and possibly America's only floral bar.
You can come up and have a custom-built floral arrangement or bouquet made specific for you, and they also have a grab-and-go cooler, but rather than it being a formal floral shop, we decided to make it a bar.
They hold private events and host floral workshops too.
It's a few hours where the florist will come and teach you how to make an arrangement that you'll get to take with you.
I've looked at their online offerings that they have for their workshops, and I've thought about doing their flowers and cocktails night, because I thought that'd be a good girls' event to do together.
From florals to food, coffee to cocktails, when you stop into Foolish Thing Bar and Biscuit, make yourself comfortable and stay a while.
I tend to see our front of house staff light up the most. When we have customers that say, tell me what you're excited about, I want to order that. It's fun for us to curate an experience for a new person.
If you like unique things, you like to try new things, you like places and atmospheres like this, you got to come check it out because it is kind of a one-of-a-kind place.
In Tulsa, I'm Julie Chin, Discovering Oklahoma.
Foolish Things Bar and Biscuit is located in Center 1 on Brookside at 3524 South Peoria in Tulsa. They're open daily 7 a.m. to midnight.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
I come here 3 to 4, maybe sometimes 5 times a week. Yeah.
When one visit is just not enough, what they're serving up at this Purcell hotspot when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Gather around and go for a ride through Oklahoma's all-new travel guide. See art, culture, big city venues, blazing neon, flavorful menus. Find a cabin where you can unwind. Grab your travel guide and see what you find.
We've had such a great time here today exploring at the Stafford Air and Space Museum in Weatherford. Hey Dino, think you can take a break from that simulator to
Are we
tell
on
us
now
about
for
the
this
next
one?
story?
Are we on for this one? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put it on autopilot. I'll come back to it and hopefully not crash in the meantime. No, we don't have to go too far for our next meal, which is, wait for the pun, out of this world. You need to come along with me to Purcell for Joe's Famous Pizza. Joe Allen Powers created Joe's Famous Pizza in 1964, starting a tradition of top-quality, delectable pizza. That tradition continues today at Joe's original location in Purcell, and of course, it all begins with the dough.
Well, we still use olive oil in our dough, which a lot of places shy away from because of how expensive it is, which is very important to us. We use a special blend of flour that comes out of Shawnee that, to my knowledge, nobody else can get. I think it's specially made for us.
The way they roll out the pizzas, it pushes all the air out by putting it through the dough roller. It just makes for a more flaky, fine crust that's absolutely delicious.
We make the dough a couple days in advance. It needs about 3 days to rest, and so we have a continuous conveyor belt of dough going in the walk-in.
My personal favorite at Joe's is the Canadian bacon. I love it because they actually shred the Canadian bacon on the pizza.
I think the reason is because we put so much on top of the pizza, and if you were to put that much Canadian bacon over the pizza, you know, it would be large rounds, and you'd be pulling it off. And I think they decided, years ago, to put it in the cheese shredder and see what kind of product came out of it, and they decided, well, that looked great, and it covers the pizza, and it curls up on the corners and crisps up in the oven. It's fantastic.
Their 10-topping combination is also a top seller.
I like combination, get a little bit of everything on one pizza, so that's my favorite.
Their salads are also on my favorites list, and I literally could just drink their dressings. They are quite tasty.
We do all dressings in-house, so we make all of our ranch in-house. We've been doing that for years.
Pa's garlic is wonderful, as are Holly's house vinaigrette and blue cheese. Now, they don't open jars for their dressings at Joe's. Everything here is fresh.
We shred our home-built mozzarella every day. Make sure that all the vegetables are chopped fresh. All of our sauce and dough is all fresh.
If you only have 30 minutes for your lunch break, don't worry. Joe's has some outstanding sandwiches on the menu. The shredded Canadian bacon and ham sandwiches are pretty great.
It's French bread that we cut in half, and then we put fresh mozzarella cheese on it, which is our pizza cheese, and then a slice of buffet ham, which is, you know, a good half-inch thick, quarter-inch thick, and we put it in our pizza oven and toast it.
It's called Joe's Famous Pizza for a reason. Their pizza is incredible.
Well, it's the best pizza in town, best pizza anywhere close to me, and you know, my family loves it. We love coming here, and it's amazing.
Joe's is an integral and important part of this community too. It's become a place that has served generations of families. Here's 3 generations right here.
The food is amazing. We, like I said, we come on every Friday night, our families.
I come here 3 to 4, maybe sometimes 5 times a week. Yeah.
You'll find Joe's Famous Pizza at 1438 South Green Avenue in Purcell. They're open every day for lunch and dinner except Sunday.
And no matter where your next road trip takes you, the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide will help you find a great place to eat. All you have to do is log on to our website, travelok.com, and click Request Free Brochures to get your copy.
A huge thank you to the fine folks here at the Stafford Air and Space Museum for hosting us this week. You'll find them at 3000 East Logan Road in Weatherford. That's just off exit 84 on historic Route 66, also known as I-40. They're open 7 days a week. Check out their website for details on hours and admission. There are discounts for military members, senior citizens, and students.
And coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, we're headed to the deepest lake in Oklahoma to do a little bass fishing.
Plus, we'll check out the newly renovated historic Tulsa Club Hotel next week right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.
Can I get back to my flight now? Thank you
Yeah,
very
I
much.
think
I've been
you're
doing
off
loops since, we got to bring it
you're in
out of the
space.
loop here. Okay.